Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Compensation and Benefits Management online classes. This is Dr. Mahesh M. Onjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. Okay. So, in this subject, compensation and benefits management. So, now we are learning chapter number 3, the internal alignment, the first among the four policy choices. Okay, policy is one of the building blocks of a pay model. Okay, and this is the fourth session on chapter number 3. Okay, so before I continue, so let me take a quick recap of what we have learned in the previous 3 classes. Okay, so we are in unit 2, internal alignment, determining the structure. Okay, so chapter number 3 we have started learning defining internal alignment. It is nothing but the structure of the organization, the different hierarchies and the different jobs, okay, within a single organization, and how the pay differs for different jobs in the hierarchy. So far we have learned, okay, compensation strategy, what is it? Then structures vary among organizations. And now we are moving on to this part, what shapes internal structure or what influences the internal structure of an organization. Okay, so far we have learned about the compensation strategy and internal alignment. What is internal alignment? Example of internal alignment at engineering department of Lockheed Martin. What is pay structure? And the determinants of pay structure, that is, okay, number of levels, the pay differentials, and the criteria, okay, in designing a pay structure. So we have learned all this. So now from here we are going to continue. So what shapes internal structures? Yeah. Okay, so external factors and organization factors, okay, together influence internal structure or pay structure within a organization. So I repeat once again, when I say pay structure or internal alignment, the number of levels in the organization structure or the hierarchies. Then from each level, the salary or compensation differs from one level to another level as the job differs and it requires a different skill set. So how these internal structures are designed, how the pay differential is determined, okay. So we have learned so far. Now we are going to understand the factors that shape internal structure or the factors that have influence on designing internal structure. So these factors are broadly classified into external factors, means the factors that are external to the organization. So these are environmental factors like economic pressures, government policies, laws and regulations, stakeholders, and cultures and customs. Then the factors that are internal to the organization are referred to as organization factors, organization strategy, technology used by the organization, human capital in the organization, HR policy of the organization, employee acceptance and cost implications. So these external factors and organization factors interact with each other and determine the internal structure of an organization. Okay, but it is exactly not known how external factors and organization factors interact with each other. So we are going to learn them separately. Okay, so we already know what is the internal structure or what is a pay structure. Okay, so with different levels in the organization structure that have different jobs and their pay or compensation is a different, and there is certain criteria used in differentiating the pay. Okay, so let us go ahead with the first external factors. What are they and how they influence internal structure or pay structure? Okay, so what shapes internal structure or what influences internal structure? Okay, the first among the external factors are economic pressures. Okay, so dear students, okay, if you can recall in semester one marketing management, we learned a chapter marketing environment. Okay, where we learned about demographic environment, socio-cultural environment, and among others, economic environment. So organizations operate in an economic environment, and there are certain factors that influence the decisions of an organization. Similarly, the internal structure or pay structure of an organization is also influenced by this economic environment, or we refer to it as economic pressures. Okay, going back to the early age of modern economics, that is 17th and 18th century. So two advocates, okay, one is Adam Smith. Adam Smith was a Scottish economist and author, and he is known for his book called as The Wealth of Nations. Karl Marx, okay, was an economist and philosophist from Germany. Okay, so what Adam Smith, okay, propounded that at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, that is in the 18th century, the use value was basically increased due to the use of heavy machineries and technology. So I repeat, Adam Smith advocated that the increase in use value at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution was due to the introduction of new technology and heavy machineries in the production process. I would like to recall use value is the value, okay, the value of the goods or services created by an employee on the job. Okay, and Karl Marx took on this criticism, okay, and he advocated that though there is an increase in use value, means there is an increase in the value of the goods and services, okay, produced by an employee, the exchange value remained same. Exchange value is the wages agreed between the employer and employee at the time of employment. Okay, so this way the organizations are forced to increase their, okay, exchange value as well. Then other than this, there is marginal productivity. So according to marginal productivity, okay, the employees do pay, okay, use value. Okay, so Karl Marx advocated that the employers are, okay, pocketing the surplus profit due to the increase in use value and maintaining the same old exchange value. Means the same old wages that are determined or decided between the employer and employee. But according to marginal productivity, okay, it is mentioned that employers were paying, okay, the use value in fact, because if the work done by an employee, if the work done by an employee is not at least equivalent to the wages paid to him or her, then it is not viable to hire the employee. So other than these, okay, advocates of Adam Smith and Karl Marx and marginal productivity, the supply and demand for labor and products also influences the internal structure or pay structure. Okay, one simple example, okay, if the supply of labor is in short, means if the adequate number of skilled employees are not available, so definitely the pay for the existing skilled employees goes up, it increases. So this way, these economic factors have an influence on the internal structure or pay structure. The second set of external factors that have influence on internal structure or pay structure are government policies, laws, and regulations. So, dear students, these government policies, laws, and regulations are individual to each country. Each country has its own policies, laws, and regulations related to compensation or wages. So, in India, all these years we had the Minimum Wages Act 1948. Okay, but in 2019 we got the Code on Wages 2019. So the Code on Wages 2019 consolidates the provisions of four labor laws concerning wage and bonus payments. Okay. So the Code on Wages 2019 consolidates the provisions of four labor laws concerning wage and bonus payments. So earlier, before the introduction of Code on Wages 2019, there were four laws which were related to wages and bonus payments. And the Code on Wages 2019 repeals, means cancels, and replaces the following four laws related to wages and bonus payments. So they were the Payment of Wages Act 1936, the Minimum Wages Act 1948, the Payment of Bonus Act 1965, and Equal Remuneration Act 1976. Okay, so the organizations in India have to comply with these government policies and laws. I repeat, the organization which is in the process of designing an internal structure has to comply with these new law. That is the Code on Wages 2019. Okay. Say for example, according to Equal Remuneration Act, though now it is consolidated, it is part of now the Code on Wages 2019. Okay, that there should be equity among the pay for the same type of jobs. The pay structure should not differ based on gender, nationality, okay, caste or religion. That is what we call equal remuneration. Okay, so after the second set of external factors, that is the government policies, laws, and regulations to which the organization need to comply with while determining its internal structure. The third set of external factors that have influence on internal structure or pay structure are external stakeholders. Okay, so who are these external stakeholders who have a say in internal alignment or internal structure of an organization? Trade unions or labor unions. Okay, shareholders. Okay, so these are some of the stakeholders who have an influence on the internal alignment or internal structure of an organization. External stakeholders have a stake in how internal pay structures are determined. For example, trade union or labor unions, they prefer that there should be a very small difference in the hierarchical levels. There will be very small difference in the compensation of the different hierarchical levels, and the promotion should be based on seniority. Okay, so which promotes solidarity among the employees. This way, the trade unions who are external stakeholders have an influence on internal structure or internal alignment. And internal alignment focuses on pay differentials within an organization. Of course, we have learned that. The next set of external factors that have influence on internal structure or pay structure is cultures and customs. Though culture is interpreted in different ways, in this context, culture is the mental programming for processing information. Culture is the mental programming for processing information that people share in common. Okay, so now it may be difficult for you to understand, but when you start working, so you will have your opinion, your way of thinking towards the compensation strategy of the employer, as well as the pay differentials. Say, for example, within an organization, employees compare their salary with others in the organization, okay, and depending on the information that they have with respect to these differentials, they share something in common regard as to why this pay difference is there in the organization. Okay, so If the pay differential is not justified, if it is not just, okay, then there will be dissatisfaction among the employees in the organizations, which will directly affect productivity in the organization. So how employees think and what they share in common with respect to the pay differentials definitely have to be taken into account while designing pay structure in the organization. And also, global competition and aging workforce has made age-based pay an expensive affair. In Japan, many of the traditional organizations, I repeat, in Japan, many of the traditional organizations, okay, uh, base their pay differentials based on number of years of experience or seniority. So higher is your experience in the organization, higher is your pay. It is irrespective of performance. But now due to the increasing global competition and an aging workforce, means as the number of senior employees are more in the organization, the company will be paying a huge amount, okay, as compensation or wages or salary. And the performance of these employees is not a major criteria in determining their pay. So that is the reason why, due to global competition and an aging workforce, has made age-based pay an expensive affair. Now many Japanese companies are, okay, determining the pay differentials based on the job skills required as well as the individual and team performance. Okay, so this is how cultures and customs, okay, shape internal structure, and even companies need to adapt to the changes in the macro environment. Then, okay, so I'll pause at this point, okay, because we completed one set of factors that are external factors. So I'll take you back to this exhibit. So what shapes internal structure or what influences pay structure within an organization? So now we learned about the different external factors like economic pressures, government policies, laws and regulations, stakeholders, and cultures and customs influence pay structure, or how they influence internal structure of an organization. Okay, so now I'll take your questions if any, then I'll move on to the next set of factors that are organization factors that are internal to the organization. External factors are external to the organization, and these are in common faced by all organizations in an industry or in a country. Okay, so any questions, students?
No, sir.
No. Okay, any other students? Any difficulty in understanding? Any questions do you have?
No, sir.
No, are you sure? Okay, then any value addition
Yes,
would
sir.
you like to make?
Yes, sir.
Anything you would like to add to this learning? Any information from a newspaper, magazines, okay, hard copy or soft copy, or any individual experiences you might have heard? Okay, so at this point in time, I'll make a new share, but I'm not going to discuss that in detail. Okay, one minute. See, I mentioned something called as equal remuneration. Okay, so though there are laws, but yet the compliance of the organizations is not very, okay, thorough. Okay, and there are some, okay, pay differences still exist. So one such news has appeared in Times of India today. Okay, so which I'll share. But as I said, I'm not going to discuss. I'll tell what to do with the news. Students, can you see this news article?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Before I mention
Equal pay.
Yes, sir.
thank you, thank you. See, before I mention anything, see, right from semester one, every class I kept telling you, all it requires is a researching and reading. You will find news, updated, latest, related to your each and every subject. All you need to do is just search and read. That's it. So this news is related to how equal pay conversation has progressed in companies. Okay. So how equal pay conversation has progressed in companies. So when I say equal pay in this context, it is the pay between the same jobs of a male and a female employee. I repeat, equal pay when I say the pay or compensation of same jobs, okay, of a male and female. The job performed is same by a male and female, but yet there is a discrepancy. A higher pay is paid to male employee and a small lower pay is paid to the female employee for performing the same job. Okay, so even I wonder. Okay, and before that, September 18, okay, though it's gone now, so it has appeared now in the newspaper. September 18, 2020 was celebrated as the first Equal Pay Day by United Nations. United Nations means Vishwa Samsthe. Okay, Vishwa Samsthe. So September 18, okay, was celebrated as the first Equal Pay Day by United Nations or Vishwa Samsthe. And okay, so I don't know what is the source here. It takes 257 years with effect from, okay, 257 years, okay, with effect from, says it will take to get economic gender parity. Means, okay, it will take about 257 years to, okay, get economic gender parity where male and female will get paid the same pay for the same job. And globally, okay, there is 23.7% global gender pay gap according to United Nations. Okay, it means for every $1, okay, okay, for every $1 paid for men for the same job, a woman gets 77 cents. 100 cents make a dollar. Okay, or for example, for every 100 rupees paid for the job done by a man, okay, a woman gets 77 rupees only. So there is a gap of 23%. Okay, and unfortunately, India ranks 112 on the gender gap index of 153 nations. A ranking of 153 nations is prepared by United Nations, and India stands 112th rank. Okay, means the gap is very large. Lower the rank means 112, 120, 100. Lower the rank, the gap between, okay, the pay of a man and woman for the same job is very high. Okay, so there are some small interviews and opinions of all these ladies, okay, of high profile. So what I insist is one student, okay, who volunteer, okay, you can call me during your okay, lunch break or after this class. You can make a presentation of this. I will guide you on how to make, because it's not exactly a news article, okay, like something has happened. It's a process, it's happening, because it says how equal pay conversation has progressed in companies over a period of time. Okay, so any one student is enough. Okay, so you will make a PowerPoint presentation. You have to make slides, parts and points in each part. Then you will be making a presentation as a seminar, okay, into one of my classes. Okay, so after the class or after lunch break, you can call me. Okay. So this is about the equal remuneration or equal pay. Okay, how the conversation has progressed in companies. So one of the student will be making a seminar on this news. Okay, so now first let me complete attendance. Yeah, I hope you can hear me, and those who cannot hear me, type your attendance in the chat box. Don't type in advance, only when I call your name. And both the CRs can also, or other students can also help me. Those who have poor internet connectivity and unable to give oral attendance, okay, their friends can give their attendance. Okay, Aishwarya,
Present, sir.
Akshay Kulkarni,
Present, sir.
Ankita, present or absent?
Absent, sir.
Yeah,
Absent,
thank you.
sir.
Apeksha,
Present, sir.
Arpita, Arpita is present or absent?
Absent, sir.
Sorry?
Absent.
Thank you.
Absent, sir.
Yeah, absent. Ashutosh,
Present, sir.
Ashwini,
Sir.
Geeta,
Present, sir.
Geetanjali.
Present, sir.
Yeah, Geetanjali present. Then Meghna Kalburgi,
Present, sir.
Meghna Lokhande, Meghna
Absent, sir.
absent. Nagaratna,
Present, sir.
Navya, Navya is present.
Yes, sir.
Navya is present, sir.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you. Nidhi,
Present, sir.
yeah, Nidhi,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nikita,
Present, sir.
Pooja,
Yes, sir.
Pranjali, yes,
Present, sir.
yeah. Prema,
Yes, sir.
Priya,
Present, sir.
Priya is absent, sir.
hey, she is present.
Sorry.
Yeah, Priya is present. Varsha,
Yes.
Varsha,
Varsha is present, sir.
present.
sir.
Samuel, yeah, he is present.
He is present, sir.
Yeah. Pranjali, Nikita, Samuel, all present. Okay. Sharan,
Present, sir.
Sharayu,
Present, sir.
Shilpa. How about Shilpa?
Shilpa is present, sir.
Present. Shreya,
Present, sir.
Srinidhi,
Present, sir.
Shweta,
Present, sir.
Snehal, Snehal. Yeah, I saw
Absent,
her-
sir.
No, I saw her joining, but okay, let's check. Suchitra, absent.
Suchitra absent, sir.
Yeah, Maruf,
Present, sir.
Vaishnavi.
Present, sir.
Yes. Thank you. So if you don't have any doubts, then let me continue. So one student I will request to call me after this class or after your okay lunch during your lunch break, because you may have a class from 12:30 to 1:30. Yeah, can you see this slide now, students?
The newspaper article, sir.
PowerPoint slide?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
sir.
1 minute. How about now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Visible.
thank you. So I'll continue from here. Yeah, so after considering the external factors and learning how they shape internal structure or how they influence pay structure, now we'll consider how organization factors have an influence on pay structure or internal structure. Okay, the first organizational factor. Okay, these factors are internal to individual organization. So organization strategy, okay, is the first factor that has an influence on internal structure. If you can recall, compensation strategy must support organization strategy. So that is the reason why the compensation strategy is always designed, okay, where the employees are motivated to achieve the organizational goals. I hope you can recall. So that's why organization strategy aligned, okay, but yet it should be adaptable. Pay structures may be required. See what happens based on the organization strategy and internal alignment or internal structure will be designed. But due to the, let us say, changes in the marketing environment, say for example, changes in the technological environment, okay, the organization's strategy may change. One such example for that is IBM. Okay, so IBM earlier was an hardware company. Okay, they manufactured mainframe computers. Okay, big computers. Okay, and marketed them very effectively, and they were the market leaders in that category. But later, over a period of time, okay, so IBM transformed into a IT solution provider company. Though they have continued with the hardware, but now the company has transformed into a IT solution provider company. So providing hardware is just one small part, but providing IT solution, okay, requires a large level of and quite different level of technologies and skill sets among the employees. So when the organization strategy, this organization strategy of course has to be changed. So when the organization strategy changes, the internal alignment should be adaptable or flexible so that the internal alignment also can be changed according to the new organization strategy. Otherwise, when the organization strategy changes and if it is difficult for the company to change the internal alignment, or if it is difficult for the company to change the internal structure, okay, the same internal structure becomes, okay, a barricade or a hurdle in achieving the organization success. So the organization strategy must be taken into account definitely, but the internal structure also should be adaptable or flexible when it requires. The second organizational factor or internal factor that have an influence on the internal structure is organization's human capital. Of course, the employees. When you say human capital, is nothing but employees of the organization. So these employees of the organization have different level of education, experience, knowledge, abilities and skills that are required to perform the job or perform the work. So hence these all employees will not, okay, deserve a equal pay. Equal pay when I say, for depending on the education, experience, knowledge and abilities and skills required, as I used to mention earlier. Okay, so a software engineer, okay, in a IT company, the skills required and the education qualification required are quite different than, okay, the skills required or education required for a sales representative of the same organization. So when I pay differentials in this term, when the job is different, when the education, knowledge, abilities and skills required are different. So depending on the education, experience, knowledge, abilities and skills required to perform the job, okay, the company makes its internal alignment accordingly. Okay, so you can recall the example of, okay, you can recall the example of Lockheed Martin. So within the engineering department, okay, they have 6 levels and the salary or compensation paid at each level differs. As you move up the hierarchical ladder, it goes on increasing. So in this way, an organization's human capital has a direct influence on internal structure or pay structure of an organization. The third internal factor or organization factor that has an influence on internal structure or pay structure is organization work design. Okay, organization work design. Okay, it is related to the technology used in producing goods and services. The technology used by the organization in producing goods and services influences the organizational design, work to be performed, and skills or knowledge required to perform the work. Okay, let us see how. Okay, so there might be temporary work supplier. Okay, say for example, okay, so there are people who might be working in an organization but who are not employees of the organization. How that is possible? So I'll give a small example. My brother-in-law, okay, who works for Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, okay, is presently in Finland, okay, and he is working at one of the client's workplace, okay, so it is one of the banks in Finland, okay, so now he is going to work there for 5 years, starting from January 2020, 5 years till 2025, 24, okay, December. Now he is working in another organization. In the organization where he is working in Finland, he is not an employee of that organization.